How do you handle sentimental items as a minimalist? So I have numerous videos on how I handle my sentimental items. For me, I like to keep it all in one little box. If it doesn't fit in that box, and if it's safe, it's like more photos and stuff, I try to digitalize everything. Usually everything fits in that little box. I don't save clothing items as sentimental items. As of right now, I don't. So I just have like photos with me, my sisters, my niece, my nephew, my mom. I also have like little, what's it called? Like photo IDs from school, like from middle school, high school, my old licenses. Like I save all that stuff because those have like sentimental value to myself. Again, everyone's sentimental value is different. So when it comes to how I handle it is I try to keep everything that means something to me in that box. If it does not fit in that box, then I need to rethink that item because it is hard. You know, there was a time where I had a lock of my hair from my first haircut. I had my baby teeth, like so many like weird things that I would hold on to, and I'm glad I just let it go because I think I was just holding on to the memory, not the actual item. Some items are just that, like they're just items. Like what I think what's best is like maybe getting a journal, writing about that item down instead of actually holding on to every item as a sentimental item. Again, I know this is a very touchy subject for a lot of people, but that's what helped me. I got rid of my prom dress. I got rid of my cap and gown from high school. Like I realized I didn't need it anymore. Then I try to figure out like, all right, does this really hold value? Or am I just holding on to it to hold on to it? What advice do you have for someone interested in adapting a minimalist lifestyle? The biggest advice that I could give someone that wants to adapt a minimalist lifestyle is to take it day by day, like go slow with it. Do not watch those videos where it's like how to declutter your entire house in 15 minutes, how to get rid of everything you own in less than an hour. Those videos are gonna cause so much stress and make you feel so confused. Because I know I was around those times where I was watching a lot of different YouTube videos, and some people's way of decluttering is different than your way of decluttering. So my biggest advice is to take it day by day. If you want to declutter your entire house, work on the smallest room as possible. Like if the bathroom is the smallest room, work on that room. Whether it takes you a month, whether it takes you 6 months, because I guarantee you once when you're done with that small space, you're going to feel more accomplished and you're going to want to do another room. Do this for you. Don't do this for everybody else, and try your best not to take everybody's advice when it comes to adapting a minimalist lifestyle because you will feel very, very overwhelmed. So take it day by day. How do you maintain minimalism in your daily routine? I'll be honest with you guys. I'm a minimalist. My partner is not. There are so many things that he owns that I wish that I could throw out, but it's not my stuff. So I have to like put a stop on it and, you know, push back a little bit. But for myself, what helps me is making sure that what I own is what I use. So I make sure that I go through my closets. I make sure that I go through the bathroom stuff, the kitchen stuff, like things like that. And over the years, I have downsized a lot. Like right now I have like an extreme minimalist wardrobe, only working with what fits me, and the same thing goes for like the bathroom, only having what we use. So just by doing that, like going through the things that I own, helps out a lot with maintaining my minimalist lifestyle in my daily routines because it helps me not have the house filled with junk that we don't need, especially when it comes to clothing items that you no longer wear or clothing items that you don't really care about. I always donate the things that I no longer like, and at this point in my life I'm just working with what I need because I am on a weight loss journey. I know I say that in every video, but it is a journey and it is definitely not easy. So I'm just working with what I have in my closet. When it comes to beauty products, again, extreme minimalist right now because I don't have a skincare routine. So owning less of the items that I was buying before has helped out so much, not only with my budget, but with my space and with my routines. My routines are super fast. Like when it comes to waking up in the morning, make the bed, throw on whatever outfit I have, pair of leggings, sweatshirt. Even my hair routine has simplified so much. So those are the things that I do to maintain my minimalist lifestyle in my daily routines, is to go through the items that I own, whether it's every season or once a year, and get rid of the things that serve me no purpose. It helps out so much when it comes to my budget and with my space. What challenges have you faced on your minimalist journey? I would say the only challenge I have faced, besides moving in with a non-minimalist, the biggest challenge is your family members not understanding you and understanding why you live this way and the benefits, for yourself. Not just family members, but also like coworkers. And I definitely don't miss those days. I have noticed with me being in my own bubble, over the years, I have been talking a lot less about myself and my lifestyle, besides talking to you guys. But when it comes to the real world, like, I don't really talk about my lifestyle anymore, because it's always been a struggle for me when it came to being judged. And some people think that this is just a phase and I'll get out of it one day, I'll snap out of it and finally purchase a whole new wardrobe and makeup and a TV and paintings and, decor items. And, when people tell me like, oh, it's just a phase she's going through, it makes me feel down. Over the years, I have noticed, like, the less I talk about myself, like, especially with my lifestyle choices, the less people have to talk about. Well, to you, I should say. I know I'm probably making no sense, but the less people judge you is what I'm trying to say. So I think like the most judgment I get now is usually in the comment section, and it's not even to do with my lifestyle, it's to do with how I look. A lot of people have very, very strong opinions on my weight gain and how I do my hair and things like that. So those are some of the challenges I have faced. When I first adapted this lifestyle, I was so excited to share what I've learned with others, not realizing that people really could care less when it comes to like coworkers and families. And I know they don't mean it in like a mean way, some of them didn't, but I was just a little too naive thinking that everybody wanted to be a minimalist, and again, that's not the case for everybody. So I've learned a valuable lesson to talk less and do more when it comes to my life. What are some misconceptions people have about minimalism? One of the misconceptions that I think people have is that all minimalists are like rich and wealthy, or they have, a lot of money in savings. That could be true, but everyone goes through their hard times. I remember back in the day, I think I was like 3 years into minimalist living, and I remember someone asking me like, oh, you must have a lot of money saved since you buy literally nothing. And it's like, I don't have a ton of money saved, but I try to stretch my money as much as possible. So I think that's one of the misconceptions. Another misconception is that a lot of people think that all minimalists love no color. I'm not a fan of like vibrant colors, but a lot of people think that everyone lives like this, like, neutral couch, neutral clothes, neutral painting. That's not true. Like, there are minimalists out there that like vibrant colors. So that's another misconception. There's just so many. I would be here forever just going on, and I don't want to like take up too much of your time. But those are some of the misconceptions. I think the biggest one is that like most people think that minimalist people either live a boring lifestyle or have a ton of money saved because they never spend their money. Like, they're frugal. And which is not true, because everybody's completely different. How can I start decluttering my home effectively? The biggest way you can, declutter your home effectively is work on the smallest room first. The smallest room first usually takes the least amount of time. I always say the bathroom, but I know some people have big bathrooms. With that accomplishment, you want to get another room done. So focus on the smallest room first and save the hardest for last. That way, you can get the entire house done, and the hardest room, say it's your bedroom or garage, you will feel like, all right, this is the last room, I can do it. If you start with the hardest room first and the largest room first, you are gonna have no energy and no willpower to get the rest of the house done. How do I resist the temptation to accumulate unnecessary items? When it comes to unnecessary items, the biggest thing that you can think of is, one, your savings. Like, do you have an emergency fund? Like, what if something happens? Like, are you okay financially to back yourself up in your lifestyle? So that's a nice reality check when it comes to resistant temptations. Back in the day, another thing that I used to do, because I used to be a shopaholic, what I used to do that helped out so much was when I was getting paid, like, I think it was like $8 an hour, and I seen a shirt that was like $15, or no, let's say $30, I would calculate the math, like, how many hours do I have to work at work in order to afford that shirt? Sometimes, like, it would be like, oh, I have to work 6 hours just to have that one shirt, that one item. Hell no, I'm not buying it. That's too much. I'm not doing it. If I don't need it, I'm not gonna buy it. So that's another tip that helped me out so much. Another thing is delete apps from your phone, the shopping apps. Stop watching YouTubers that do constant hauls, because that can trigger your shopping addiction or unnecessary purchases. Delete your saved cards on these shopping apps. That way, you know, it's not as easy for you to buy something. There are so many tips and tricks. If you guys want me to do like a separate video on how to resist your shopping temptations, let me know down below, because I can go on and on about this question. There are so many ways you can resist your temptations when it comes to buying things you do not need. What are some budget-friendly ways to embrace minimalism? I'll give 2 examples. One, save your glass jars, that, you know, your tomato jars, your jam jars, whatever comes in glass, save it. You can repurpose it. You can use it as a free cup. You can use it as a little holder for something, whether it's for spices, jewelry. Save your jars. It helps out so much when it comes to having free dishes. Another budget-friendly way to embrace minimalism and also save money is reusable items. I talk about this constantly on my channel. Reusable dishcloths, sponges, dusters. Like, I have a whole list of reusable items on my Amazon storefront if you want to check it out. It's literally a one-time purchase. I've had our cloth napkins for 4 years now. Also reusable car things like cabin air filter, engine air filter, they have reusable ones. So anything reusable can help you so much financially and help you create less clutter in your home. Do you ever feel like the minimalist community on YouTube gets no recognition for all of your hard work with helping others live with less? I don't want to be that person to be like, YouTube doesn't care about the minimalist community. Like, I don't want to be that person, because there are so many different communities on YouTube. You know, there's the DIY community, the zero waste community, like there's so many. I feel like when it comes to the online world, what's more popular is silly content, you know, pointless content, and also content that makes you spend money. So of course, YouTube is going to prioritize what the audience likes the most, because they're going to make the most money. So if they're noticing that people are clicking on silly content and consumerism content, they are going to advertise that more, because it makes more sense to them business-wise, because they're going to make more money with views as well. Most of you don't know this, but YouTube does take a cut out of all of our paychecks. I think it's 30 or 40% of our paychecks. It is what it is. This is their platform at the end of the day. I do wish that some minimalist content would end up on trending. That would be pretty cool. But I'm sure the zero waste community wishes that their content would end up on trending. Everyone wishes that YouTube would pay more attention to, you know, their content, and it's just not that simple. Yes, I wish that, you know, in a perfect world, I do wish that the minimalist community would get more recognition online, whether it's YouTube, Instagram. I do wish that, but it's not the ideal lifestyle for everybody. It's not the most popular lifestyle. If tables were turned, if it was very popular and everybody wanted to do it, of course we would get the recognition, but it's not popular, and I don't see it becoming as popular as, you know, the hauls, the Target hauls, the vlogs. Like, I don't see it becoming as popular as those videos, because unfortunately minimalist living is not the norm. It is like the opposite of what everyone else is doing. I hate to even say it that way, but it's not your ideal lifestyle to your typical viewer. I'm not gonna like throw shade at YouTube or anything like that. I'm just gonna say that I'm sure all the communities on YouTube wishes that they would get recognition. We all try to create the best content for you guys. Most of us do, and most of us love what we do. I'm not gonna like hate like that. If you want me to continue these Q&As, let me know down below. And on that note, I will catch you in the next video.